Unlock the secrets of one of the most secure and notorious prisons in the world, ADX Florence. Life inside this inescapable prison is one of isolation and confinement. But what really goes on behind those walls? From the daily routines of the inmates to the extreme security measures taken, we unveil the truth in this video on ADX Florence Prison. Join us as we delve into the hidden world of America's highest security prison. Alcatraz of the Rockies. Deep in the heart of the Rocky Mountains, a prison unlike any other stands tall. ADX Florence United States Penitentiary, also known as the Alcatraz of the Rockies, is the ultimate destination for the most dangerous and high-security inmates. Opened in 1994, this supermax prison is designed to hold the most extreme security threats, providing a level of custody like no other. Inside, the inmates have very limited time outside of their cells, minimal activities, and near zero human contact. ADX Florence was one of the first of its kind and remains a beacon of security to this day. Part of the Federal Correction Complex in Florence, it was built specifically to house the most violent and dangerous prisoners, those who pose a danger to both staff and other inmates. So, if you're ever in the area, don't bother asking for a tour, because this prison is not open to the public. ADX Florence is a fortress, a stronghold of security, and a prison that keeps America safe. The ultimate prison for America's most dangerous criminals. It's a maximum security facility where the country's most dangerous criminals are held. It was created as a solution to the rising violence in other federal prisons and houses notorious figures such as Zacarias Moussaoui, Dzhokhar Tsarnaev, the Unabomber, the shoe bomber Richard Reed, Oklahoma City bomber accomplice Terry Nichols, Olympic Park bomber Eric Rudolph, and Soviet spy Robert Hansen. The prison is designed to be escape-proof and is equipped with the latest security features to ensure the safety of inmates and staff alike. Inmates in ADX Florence are subject to near constant isolation and only communicate with guards who deliver their meals, mostly mashed food to prevent self-harm. They're given 1 hour of solitary exercise a day in a small enclosed space, and even then, they may be abruptly taken out at any moment, handcuffed and chained. The prisoner's rehabilitation program for violent offenders is designed for a 3-year sentence for each one. The only way to enter ADX Florence is by being a violent serial killer or a criminal who poses a threat to national security. Many of these inmates are terrorists, including members of Al-Qaeda. Despite the strict isolation measures, there have been no reported cases of coronavirus within the prison. Incentives for good behavior include access to reading materials and, in rare cases, radio and television. Compliance with rules and regulations may lead to transfer to a less restrictive prison, but this doesn't apply to those who pose a national security threat. A look inside ADX Florence. Step into the intimidating and restrictive world of ADX Florence, a high-security prison designed for near-total solitary confinement. Spanning 21 acres, this facility holds some of the most dangerous male prisoners who are kept in isolation for at least the first 3 years of their sentence. However, with good behavior, they may earn more outside time and even the possibility of transfer to a less secure prison. Imagine being locked in a cell made entirely out of poured concrete with only a desk, stool, and bed to keep you company, and the only view being a tiny 4-inch by 4-foot window that only shows the sky and roof, making escape nearly impossible. The prisoner's subterranean corridor links cell blocks to the lobby, and food is hand-delivered to each inmate by correctional officers. The ADX Florence Prison has a 3-year program that keeps inmates in their cells 23 hours a day for the first year, gradually socializing them with other inmates and staff as time goes on. In the final year, prisoners can be out of their cells from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. and eat meals in the shared dining room instead of having food delivered through a slot in their steel cell door. But there's a glimmer of hope. The facility offers a range of educational opportunities and programs, including General Education Development Program, Adult Continuing Education, Adult Occupational Education, and English as a second language. Inmates can also take part in a vocational training and parenting program. Religious, food, recreational, medical, and mental health services are provided to the inmates, with the recreational program encouraging an active lifestyle and allowing inmates to take up new hobbies and activities such as team sports, wellness instruction, and crafting. Despite these opportunities, prisoners are still under 23-hour lockup in their cells and have only 5 hours of recreation time each week. Fortress of Security. ADX Florence Prison is a maximum security facility that leaves nothing to chance when it comes to the safety and security of all those within its walls. Equipped with motion detectors, cameras, and 1,400 remote-control steel doors, the prison is under constant surveillance by officers in the control center. Should an escape attempt occur, a swift press of the panic button will lock down the entire prison in seconds. The perimeter is fortified by 12-foot razor wire fences, patrolled by heavily armed officers, and guarded by laser beams and attack dogs. Inside, the inmates are housed in 6 different security levels, each with a specific purpose and mission. The control unit, for example, is reserved for inmates who have committed serious conduct violations or acts of violence at other institutions, while Range 13 is the most secure 4-cell wing within the special housing unit. Welcome to ADX Florence, where security is of the utmost importance. Conclusion. Imagine being locked up in a prison where the only sound you hear is the echo of your own footsteps. This was the reality for journalists visiting ADX Florence for the first time in 2007. They were struck by the oppressive silence and rigid order of the prison. They described the atmosphere as one of mechanical order and an oppressive feeling of silence. But fast forward to today, and ADX Florence has undergone a remarkable transformation. It has become a shining example of rehabilitation and incarceration. The most dangerous criminals are kept behind bars, where they pose no threat to society. Meanwhile, the most violent offenders are given a chance to change through group classes and rehabilitation programs. These programs are designed to help them understand the consequences of their actions and equip them with the tools they need to lead a law-abiding life upon release. And for those who are truly rehabilitated, they may even return to prison where they first served their sentence to serve as role models for other inmates. The transformation is a testament to the effectiveness of rehabilitation and the importance of second chances. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching to the end. See you in the next one. Till then, take care and thanks for watching.